You know those types of people who have like the brightest aura? Like no matter what they do, their charisma seems to be the best quality that they have. I don't know. I've always been kind of jealous of those people who could talk to anyone. I was always shy in grade school. And the problem with being shy as an adult is that some people genuinely don't like you for it and they'll act as if you're stuck up or caught in your own mind. I think the general outdated advice is to just smile and compliment people as, you're talking to them or walking by them. But that's like the how to win friends and influence people. That doesn't work on today's brain dead kids, on, our Generation Z. I'm going to tell you, most people can be read like books. I think it takes barely enough emotional intelligence to kind of grasp the kind of life someone has. It's not just about, what they wear, it's how they wear it. Like someone wearing a polo, you could tell a little bit, more about their personality, whether it's like a buttoned up polo and like it's up to their freaking neck, or if it's like open and you can kind of see like a little necklace or a chain behind it. Just even that small subtle difference can kind of tell you about a person. Their posture, their hairstyle choice, their eye contact, their smile. Before you really even have a genuine conversation with someone, you can kind of tell who they are. It's that aura, it's that energy. And that's why I think first impressions are almost everything. I don't think you should judge someone solely based on their external. Sometimes that's just a cover, but based on that cover, you should kind of be able to understand who they want to appear as, which is just as important. I think being shy or insecure comes from the fear of being rejected or hurt by others. It's not easy to stop being shy if you've been shy your entire life. So my first tip for overcoming this is fixing your self-image. This is a big change though. Typically, the way you see yourself is by what you do and how that is structured. The way I changed my perspective of myself was by continuously doing things that were good for me, even if it wasn't at my best performance level. An example could be like going to the gym consistently. It wasn't even about getting muscle or looking better. It was just about the person I have to assume to be the type of person that goes to the gym consistently, or reading books. Reading, legitimately having like an hour break between reading 1 to 2 pages every single day. You read more than you would if you forced yourself to read a chapter a day and that wasn't what you wanted to do. In this example, you just start to look at yourself a little bit different. I feel like your brain, over the repetition of these small habits, start to look at your being, if that makes sense, differently than before. By doing this, you start to have some type of self-confidence within yourself. How are you going to have self-confidence if you have nothing to be confident about? This doesn't always mean, you have to go to the gym or start reading. You just have to pick 2 or 3 hobbies that you're already doing. It could legitimately be playing video games. And you have to indulge yourself in it and just become good at this thing and feel good that you're good at this thing. Second thing I would say is to fix your posture. Stand up straight and keep your eyebrows high. You remember when I said, well, you can read someone like a book? This applies to you too. You might question why I would say keep your eyebrows high, but this is because I notice my own mood change. When my eyebrows are too low, I notice that I might have this angry face, or what girls like to call a RBF. But when my eyebrows are high, it kind of diminishes this look. Even if I don't smile, at least I don't look angry or annoyed. And I feel like smiling for no reason kind of, it just looks weird. Like, what are you smiling about? Or just being inauthentic, even just to yourself. I don't want to just be consistently smiling for no apparent reason at all. Just having my eyebrows high, it's just, I feel like less muscle used to not appear standoffish. The third thing I would say is to learn how to make small talk. A lot of you big brainers out there think that small talk is worthless. And you know what? It kind of is, but this is the first sign of trust in someone else's life. I think anyone who is shy has missed this point entirely. They want to get right into the things that are big and dramatic, or the things that they're, interested in about, and not about weather or sports. My first tip for small talk is to match the mood of the other person. So for my job, I get a lot of older clientele. And the stereotypical old dude that is just, talking about their life story, going on and on about what they've been through in the war. And you're just trying to get back to your job. You're trying to just do the dishes. Well, this can be you. You gotta try to feel the vibe of the other person before you just start blabbing to them. You're just yapping away and they just don't even want to talk to you. Typically for me, when I feel like I've been leading the conversation for too long, I wait for the other person to talk back. And depending on what they're doing or what I'm doing, I'll just let the conversation die if they aren't asking any more questions or giving me the same amount of energy. Learning to not be shy or to talk to other people isn't about convincing other people that you're cool or small talking with everyone. You just got to get people to be comfortable with the little things before you get into the big topics. Get the other person to talk about what they want to talk about. Learn how to ask leading questions. The best line I use for new people is, "What got you doing this thing?" Whatever that thing is that they're doing. And while they talk, I think of one or more questions to ask, but I still actively listen to what they have to say. If I can't think of a question, I might just repeat what they say back to me. And then hopefully, if they're, trying to engage in the conversation, they'll ask me questions about my life as well, and we can kind of do a ping pong. Anyways, the fourth thing I would say is to become interesting. Have something to talk about. As I'm overcoming, being shy and getting out of my shell, I still find those awkward silent moments traumatizing, especially with people that make me feel insecure. A few weeks ago, I was having a conversation with someone and blurted out complete nonsense. I had nothing good to say, but I wanted to fill in the conversation. Don't be like me. The best way to have something to talk about is to, just listen to the news. And I know, before you roll your eyes and bro, you're being unk right now, but think about it. Everyone talks about the news, what's new in the world, and their perspective on the world. Now, don't think that you have to watch and listen to the news every single day. Don't just be weird about it. If you genuinely have other things to be interested about, go and talk about them. And if somebody, doesn't share any of your interests, you don't have to force a connection. You could also just get really good at a topic. If I was in the wild right now and someone started talking about sociology or Hamilton, I'd probably go into a trance. I wouldn't guarantee our friendship, but I would definitely love the conversation and the ability to have my input, my 2 cents. But those are rare moments. I can't just count on other people always having the same interest as me, unless I, of course, join an actual club that is of that interest. Like I said, or if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now, being shy or not being shy doesn't really happen overnight. You're not going to just watch this video and automatically learn how to be a confidant and, start randomly giving people these confidence and telling them about the news. But I think the easiest way to gain confidence is by pretending to be confident. A couple months ago, I got this book from school, and it was about shy kids. It was like a psychology book or whatever. I brought it to work, and one of my coworkers who also reads that work looked at me and was like, "Why are you reading a book on shyness? You're not shy." Honestly, this was so shocking to hear. I didn't even finish the book because I borrowed it with the expectation that I was shy already and that I needed to face my fears. When she said this, even though internally I felt like that little kid in the corner of the playground, externally, and probably for a while now, I've been acting confident. Now, there's a little nuance to this. Many people don't want to feel shy. They want to feel confident. And starting to act overly confident may be mentally draining, especially if you are an introvert. You're pretending to be someone you're not. I get it. But can you pretend for an hour? Find a club or a place or a space that you don't have to go often. Start acting the way you want to act in that space. When you get home or when you're at work, you can be who you are. I also want to preference by saying this. Acting confident isn't being egotistical. It's not shaping into the CEO who's savvy. Remember, this advice is also specific to your own personality and the way you want to carry yourself. It's about kind of releasing this anxiety of being super introverted where it impairs your actual life. Going out and being confident for an hour or two and pretending can tell your brain that, you are confident, or you can be. And it starts this new habit or behavioral code of acting confident. Now, you may think that you have to have substance or be good at the thing you're doing, but I don't think that's true. You just got to start pretending like you're this shit, even if you never feel like you are. Not out of a huge ego, just out of fear that you'll never get what you want if you never have the confidence.